right, well, good evening everyone and welcome to Bojangles Coliseum here in Charlotte, North Carolina, the site of today's American Arena League matchup between the Carolina Predators and the Charlotte Thunder. Should be an interesting game to say the least, and it's been marked by a pretty interesting bout of pregame festivities, and I use that term lightly because I don't really call them festivities, just a couple of hang-ups. It all started from what I have been led to believe was a wrestling event that was held here just a couple of hours ago. It was slated to end at 5 p.m. That wrestling event ran over, and likewise, I don't think either of the teams were even allowed inside the arena until everything was sanitized. And I think that might be county law, not even something on the Thunder's end. So nothing we could really do about that. They originally told us that the kickoff was going to be moved from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. But, I mean, you can see them on the corner of the screen. Color Guard's already out here. They had the national anthem warm-ups about half an hour ago. The in-stadium clock is actually at 4:48 right now. So, I don't know. All signs are pointing toward a 7:30 start, or at least a 7:30 start to the pregame stuff here. Though, yeah, the Color Guard are coming back. So I was wondering if all that was just like a photo op before the real thing, or if that was the Color Guard presentation and they just skipped over it. I'm really not sure. I mean, I guess we'll find out here in about 4.5 minutes, because that clock's going to run out pretty soon. And if they actually do end up starting this at 8, then frankly, we're not going to look very smart, because we will have started the stream 35 minutes early. So fingers crossed that the time above my head holds. I can't see them in frame right now, but the Thunder cheerleaders are over in the left end zone. They have been there for a considerable amount of time, really. Not really sure if they're waiting on the Thunder to come out, because they were over there a little further outside of frame, all the way in the corner of the end zone where there is an opening. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's just where the Thunder are going to come through. They're going to dim the lights, do the team presentations. But now the cheerleaders are kind of off to the side as well. So I'm really not sure what's happening here. And there goes the Color Guard again. We got all sorts of stuff unfolding. If we can zoom out and pan back over to the Color Guard folks. I want to take a moment to remind YouTube's copyright holders that the Carolina Predators and the Charlotte Thunder do not own the rights to any of the music that may be heard during this broadcast. That is solely on the behalf of the guys that run Bojangles Coliseum. It's their DJs, not either of ours, so I'm assuming they have the rights. No copyright infringement is intended, but I am afraid that this is going to be one of those games with a very, very, very loud PA announcer, because I'm already kind of having to yell to hear myself talk over the music alone when PA starts up. I'm honestly kind of nervous as to how loud it's going to be, so fingers crossed that they kind of turn the dials back on that a little bit. And okay, I guess. Oh, okay, so pan back over to the other end zone, because now number one of the Thunder, well, it looked like he was going to come out. We got the cheerleader tunnel over there, and I could see a couple of the Thunder players lining up, and they'll be entering frame from right behind where the scoreboard is. Actually, let me see if I can turn that off. Yeah, there we go. So I'll leave that off until we get the game underway. Yeah, I mean, I'm really not sure of the schedule here. Whatever itinerary was in place has clearly been thrown off. And I think everybody's just trying to get everything done at once. I know that was kind of the feel when we got in here, just trying to get everything set up. For some reason, it felt like you only had a couple more minutes before game time. And I think that's because of the wrestling event and us having to get in relatively so late. Usually the Predators, or just any team, really likes to come in likes to get to the venue about 4 hours before kickoff, kind of get familiar with the layout, get a couple of warm-ups in, pregame meal, all that good stuff. But even with the delayed kickoff, I think the Predators didn't even get here until 5:30. So it's been a hectic evening. Hopefully it kind of sorts itself out moving forward. The Color Guard are back in their original position, so I'm really not sure. There come the Predators. I see that's Corey Burkett not suiting up tonight. I've been having issues with insomnia, judging by what he said from the pregame meal, so hopefully he's okay. And it looks like they are going to bring out the Predators first. and the cheerleaders are just gonna head off and do their own thing, I guess. It doesn't appear that the Preds are gonna have any team introductions. Just gonna kind of filter onto the field. Yeah, your guess as to what is happening is really as good as mine at this point. But there come the Predators.
Never sit down there. That's Joe's section.
Okay. What, to the left?
No, right here.
Yeah.
Straight down.
Down?
Yeah.
All the way
That
to
front
the
row.
wall?
Yeah.
Front row? Okay.
Yeah, just zoom all the way out, because that's the only way you can really get, because of the way we're angled, you're not going to be able to get the end zones and the middle of the field without panning up and down.
Assistant head coach and defensive coordinator, Myron Evans. Wide receiver coach, Anton Callaway. Offensive line coach, Robert Gerard. D-line coach, Jermaine Smith. Special teams coach, Maurice. Assistant line coach, Kevin Moore. Assistant offensive coordinator, Coach Irvin Bryson. And now your showing thunder. Number 12, Dale. Number 5, John Gibson. Number 7, Eric Amaya. Number 9, TJ Gordon. Number 10, David Hale. Number 11, Trey Lancaster. Red number 10, Jay Hood. Number 3, Trenton Boston. Number 20, Emmanuel Phillips. Number 21, Marley Conley. Number 23, Artie Holmes. Number 56, Jenny Thomas. Number 90, Trey Teasley. number 79, Raphael Smiley. Number 61, Paco Bud. Number 45, Berlin Cody. Number 97, Jean-Luc Childs. Number 94, Wally White. Number 99, Joshua Mills. Number 2, Stephen Colombo. Number 1, Carlos Thomas. And number 4, Jalen McClendon. The moment you've all been waiting for. Your head coach, Coach Irvin Bryson.
Alrighty. So those are your Carolina Thunder players. Never really had much of an affinity for teams
Tonight's
that
round will be
don't end in an S. Get to that in a second.
and leader of Time for You Ministries. He's an entrepreneur, author, and faith-inspired speaker from Huntersville, North Carolina.
Thank you all. Good evening. Your heads bowed and eyes closed, please. I'd like to speak a blessing. Father God, we come to you tonight with an open, humble heart. Thank you for your love and for your grace that pours over us each and every day. The opportunity to play the game that we love, to be able to come out here with our families, to be safe, to honor you always. And what we do here tonight for these fellas, to be respectful to one another, playing the game. For all those that are watching, Lord, may you just pour your grace, pour your blessing on us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and please remove your hats as we honor America. Please direct your attention to the entrance of the color guard for the presentation of the colors for tonight's game. Presenting the colors will be the Navy Junior ROTC color guard of Sun Valley High School. Now we ask that you continue to stand as Liz perform the national anthem.
so it looks like we're ready to roll. 7:41 p.m. here in the Bojangles Coliseum. About ready to roll between the Thunder and the Predators. Do keep in mind, this is effectively the away broadcast. The Thunder are also streaming this game, but it's only on Facebook Live.
Each and every day. Let's go Thunder! Now we'll have our captains from both teams for the coin toss.
All right, captains for the Predators tonight: Ricky McKinney, C.J. Thomas, Sean Sanders, and number 52, Carlos Emerson. Quarterbacks for the Thunder include Stephen Colon out there, a familiar face for the Preds. Went toe-to-toe with him in 2018 in this very same arena. Lost that game 85-12. Well, when I see 55, I think I'm misreading that. I can hear the copyright claims coming in already. This game is not going to be up long. Fingers crossed. Again, no copyright infringement intended. I have my reservations about this one, but we'll see if it stays up, I suppose. Again, all the rights to the music, I'm assuming, are owned by the staff of the Bojangles Coliseum. So Ricky McKinney about ready to send this away for the Predators. McKinney, the only quarterback on the roster tonight, so should something go wrong, I believe the emergency quarterback is either going to be Kevin McClure or Mike Lee, one of those two.
Tonight's music is brought to you by DJ Marky Mark.
And here we go. Oh, I've got to change the, got to get the scoreboard back up. And there's the kick from McKinney. Oh, and muffs it there for a moment, brings it back in. This is number 12 for the Thunder, trying to reverse field and gonna give it another whirl, really moving backward and pulled down by the back of his jersey around the 4-yard line. That was number 12, Daniel Lee, with the return. 1st and 10 for the Thunder. I can guarantee I'm going to call them the Energy by mistake at least once in this game. They rebranded, I think it was last year after they were bought out by former Carolina Panthers standouts Ted Ginn and Thomas Davis.
Offense is led tonight by number 4, Jalen McClendon.
Jalen McClendon, the starting quarterback, and the Thunder having a little bit of trouble getting set. Couldn't quite figure out who the motion man was. And
there's a flag.
Got a flag. Not sure if that was offsides or delay a game. And they call it a false start there against the Thunder. So really not a big penalty there. They were already on the 4, so that's just going to push them back to the 2. 1st down and 12 coming up for Charlotte. All right, McClendon in the shotgun does get this snap off, but we got another flag. Looking deep and has a man wide open. A serious coverage bust there for the Preds. Jay Hood with the touchdown grab. We'll check on that laundry. It's all the way back at the 4. And
that's how we do this shit, man.
It looks like that one's going against the Preds. So this one already going as expected. Result of the play is a touchdown. The Thunder strike first. Oh, gave the points to the wrong team. Okay, there we go. 6 to the Thunder. I got my scoreboard dialed in. We've been doing baseball games all week for some of my local high schools, and some of the wiring on the scoreboard is actually backwards compared to what it is for football. But this is a welcome break because baseball is certainly not the most entertaining sport in the world, at least compared to this. Thunder on top 6-0, 13 and a half minutes to go here in the first quarter. Again, this is about what we figured it would be.
And it's good.
And that kick by Eric Amaya, up and good.
We ready to Thunder.
Charlotte up 7-0 after one pass from quarterback Jalen McClendon to Jay Hood, all the way down in the right-hand end zone. And we'll gear up for kickoff and see what the Predators can get going on their first offensive possession. All right.
Make sure you head over to Hotworks for the 3D workout. Unlike no other fitness program. Stop by and tell your Charlotte Thunder sent you. Let's go, DJ Marky Mark. Hey.
Eric Amaya ready to send this one away for the Thunder. Gary Fuller, and that is Cedric Proctor back to return. Proctor, good to see that he's back. We are not quite sure what happened during the Mississippi game, but something or another went wrong and we could not, we might have an Uno here, and that one just goes off to the side. So keep it at 7-0, would have been an extra point and brought the lead out to 8 for the Thunder there per AAL rule. Kickoff goes through the uprights. Get an extra point off of that, but no dice though. In that energy game a couple of years ago, Amaya, who was kicking for then Carolina at that time, the Carolina Energy, had a couple of unos at least. I want to say 4 or 5 in that one. He had a very good game and has really picked up right where he left off. That one not far off the mark at all. So Ricky McKinney ready to lead the offense out here for the Predators. Kevin McClure, Gary Fuller, and I believe that's Mike Lee in the slot will round out your receiving core for the Preds. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line following that failed uno attempt. And McKinney gets hit as he throws, delivers to McClure, and gets pushed all the way back toward the 22-yard line. I believe they're going to give him forward progress, and they will. Going to go down as about a gain of 7 on that pass. So McKinney getting a completion in earlier.
Marketing, web solutions, creative service, strategic communications, we covered all angles between. SoCal Digital.
And I think officially they're going to call a 2nd down and 4, though the 1st down marker has actually fallen over. We lost one of the chain gang members. I'm not sure where he is. Hopefully he comes back. 2nd and 4, McKinney back to throw and kind of pump fakes, now takes off and tries to stiff arm a man. Does get the 1st down. Tackle made by number 9 of the Thunder. So the Predators get a 1st down. That might actually be their the first time they've gotten a 1st down on their 1st drive all season long. Certainly a solid start following that immediate, I think it was a 48-yard touchdown pass from Jalen McClendon to Jay Hood to start things out for Charlotte. Carolina looking to respond. Here's play number 3 on this drive. Joshua Marcus in at running back. And McKinney has a clean pocket, goes, and I think he was going for Lee over there, running a smash concept, and I don't think Lee cut down far enough on that one. The pass looked like it was on target, and Lee just kind of ran a deeper route than McKinney was expecting, so that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. I saw them working on those corner routes and warm-ups. It's not a very harsh cut on those. It is very much a deep corner where you really are running to the corner of the end zone as opposed to, going 8 or 10 yards downfield and just cutting it in a 45 or 60 degree angle. McKinney and Lee not on the same page there. 2nd and 10 and trying to figure out who's on the line. And McKinney back to pass. Under some pressure goes for Lee, and Lee falls over. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
That's another incomplete pass.
I think we saw that in the Mississippi game as well. Not sure if it's an issue with Lee's shoes or what, but twice now this season we've seen him just lose his balance on those out routes. And it's always been from the slot on the right side of the field from what that's worth. Excuse me. 3rd down and 10. So play number 5 of this drive. Gary Fuller just going to go in straight motion right here. On the bottom of your screen, McKinney back to throw and gets it to Lee on that one, and Lee is met promptly. To go down as a short gain, or check that. That's actually not Lee, that is Antoine Court, number 11. Threw me off. The numbers are a little tricky to read, but Court is actually wearing the exact same getup that Lee does. All white sleeves and all white socks. That's what Lee has worn for the first couple of games this year for Carolina. Going to go down as an attempt at 4th down and 3 here for the Preds. Charlotte sending the heat, 4-man rush. McKinney is sacked, and the Thunder get the turnover on down. Oh, and this is not good. McKinney's slow to get up. Remember, he's the only quarterback on this roster, and he is tough, but slow to get up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey, 2-time Super Bowl champion.
All right, McKinney's up and kind of bumped into Frankie Littlejohn on his way out. Got to be wondering about a concussion at this point. Hopefully he's all right. Again, only quarterback on this roster. I believe the emergency QB is Mike Lee. No Josh Ross tonight. I don't think we've heard from him in a little while. So 1st down and 10 here in the meantime for Charlotte. Ball's on the 17-yard line. And no motion here from the Thunder. McClendon got all day to throw, goes over the middle, and I think they might have had a miscommunication there. Had two receivers in effectively the same area. McClendon kind of sailed that one. Goes over the head of, I didn't catch that number. I believe he was going for Jay Hood on that one, though I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it's 10. Jay Hood, the intended receiver, passes overthrown. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10. So McClendon, I guess that moves him to something along the lines of 1 and 2 for 48 yards and a touchdown. 8:10 to go here in the first quarter. Charlotte looking to take a 2-possession lead. Hood in motion. McClendon goes to the other side of the field, just throws a hitch on the outside. That one is brought in by number 6 and actually got up there for a moment and then gets pushed back a little bit. We'll see if they give him forward progress, and looks like they'll give him a little bit. Going to go down as a gain of about 3. 3rd down and roughly 7 coming up. Yep, looks like it is going to be 3rd down and 7. So here we go. And got a stack formation here on the bottom end by the Thunder. We'll see if they go that way. And motion on the other side. They're looking, oh, and over the middle of the field, incomplete, intended for Trenton Bostic. McClendon just missed him. 4th down and 4 now for the Thunder. Or 4th down and 7, excuse me. All right, so pretty high stakes down here for the Thunder early, up 7, so they do have something of a cushion, and Frankie Littlejohn jumps off sides. Looks like it was going to be a quarterback sweep there from McClendon, though. I'm not sure if he just kind of took off for the fun of it.
Good for your goals, good for you.
Imagine that one's going against the Preds. Littlejohn seemed to get off the ball earlier than anybody else. 6:37 to go here in the first. Clock is stopped while the officials get this sorted out. Flags on both sides, so I'm assuming they both saw the same thing. And yeah, Charlotte's moving this up the field, going to bring up 4th down and 2.
Both starts. Only offense. 5 yards.
Oh, and no, they call out a false start against Charlotte, so I'm not sure what they moved that one up for. The Predators catching a break there. 4th and 7 turns into 4th and 12. All right, 4th and 12. We'll see what there it goes. The Thunder, what the Thunder have dialed up. And they'll throw with McClendon. Got a man wide open, and he dropped it. Looked before he leapt on that one. You could see his head turn. He was thinking about the touchdown on that one. Daniel Lee unable to bring that one in. I mean, you can go back and watch the replay. As soon as that ball touched his hands, he turned his head and started looking for the end zone. Got a little bit ahead of himself on that one, and the Thunder turned it over on downs. So 2 consecutive failed 4th down attempts here, and are they playing musical chairs? 5:44 to go here. The clock's actually running. Yeah, clock's running for this. Yeah, and I think they're about to play musical chairs, and yeah, they've got it stopped now. So a couple of seconds ran off, but yeah, first quarter, no harm, no foul. So I guess we'll see who wins. 1st and 10 coming up for the Preds when we return.
How you get beat in the first round? How you get out of the first round? I guess somebody has to lose, right? Let's go. Oh. Don't forget to take that chair with you, sister. There you go, get that chair. All right, here goes the final round. Oh, they both got a cheat code. Right? One more time, Michael. They got a cheat code piece. Oh! And we have our winner.
All right, so it appears cheerleader number 3, I suppose, won that round of musical chairs. And, all right, yeah, clock, we lost a couple more seconds there. Down to 5:50 now in the first. Ball all the way on the 15-yard line for the Preds. Best field position they've had all game. See what they can get going. Mike Lee about to head into motion. And looks like it's just going to be a straight line sprint. Kenny back to throw. Got a clean pocket, but taking too long. And he's going to get sacked. They caught him looking. He had it all day, but he took even longer. I don't know if they were running a slow developing play or what, but something did not work out there. I'm watching the replay now because this broadcast is actually about 15 seconds ahead of what YouTube puts out. And oh yeah, he got caught staring down. I'm not sure who it was. I want to say McClure was running a dig on the top side of the screen, and Ricky stared him down the whole way. Had Fuller open on a hitch initially, wouldn't have gotten much, but would have been a completion for sure. But I tell you, Ricky, he really, really likes throwing those dig routes. They take forever to develop, but they are his favorite route. We'll see what he dials up here on 2nd and 10. Going for the quick release, and Fuller not ready for it. Looks like Fuller kind of ran a curl on that one.
They know how to step in and step up. For more information,
Not sure when the Predators were. Oh, that was a sack anyway. All right, 3rd down and 15 coming up now for Carolina. Yeah, Ricky, or Kenny, I gotta stop calling him Ricky. Thinking back to practice when we go by first names. He's McKinney now. Yeah, just not on the same page there with Fuller. Fuller, again, a relatively new addition to the roster. Started in that Mississippi game. But other than that, he's really not been with the team, at least since last year. And McKinney going for the quick release. Caught by Kevin McClure heading over the middle. And he gets a big chunk of that yardage back. And set up a 4th and manageable. The Predators can't set up a first down without scoring here. Trying to make us at the 5, and they're going to call this 4th down and 3. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here we go. Mike Lee, or again, he is wearing the exact same equipment that Lee has worn. This is Antoine Thorpe going in motion. McKinney, oh, under some serious heat, just kind of throws it up for grabs. Incomplete, and McKinney gets sacked again. That's the 3rd time this game he has been hit, and these are not baby sacks either. He has been getting hit hard, ready for that defensive line. So the Predators going to have to march off the field yet again. Got a little bit of yardage, but not enough to pick up that first following the initial sack of McKinney. 1st down and 10 here for the Thunder. Turned it over on 4th and 12 last time out. Had a beautiful pass on a corner route from Jalen McClendon over to Daniel Lee, and Lee just dropped it. Did not look it into his hands. So I imagine the message over there on the bench, if there was one, was, you know, the passes that the Thunder have been getting, they've been open. No need to worry about not being able to break it upfield. And we got our first run of the game, and goes to the outside, and that is David Ham just lowering his shoulder and running right through. I think that was Donald Jones there for the Predators.
I got everything under control right here.
Able to get really about 8 yards there on the halfback sweep. And Ham was a major area of concern for the Predators during the pregame meal. They got to talk about him, said bring him down immediately. And for a rough day, to paraphrase. And McClendon back to pass this time around. 4-man rush from the Preds, and got a man wide open. McClendon overthrows him, and there are flags. I think we may have an illegal defense, though. I was just something about that defensive front that kind of looked off there for the Preds. I only got a glimpse at it. Though the Thunder are motioning, this is going to be a first down on their end. So we'll see. Ball's on the 16-yard line of the Thunder now. 1:45 to go here in the first quarter, and they are going to move that up. Didn't see a signal. It's going to go down as a first down for Charlotte. Jay Hood going to go into motion at the top of the screen here. Predators playing, man, they were playing really loose. CJ Thomas is way back there. And man, McClendon has got all day to throw. Looks over the middle, and that's the issue with Thomas bailing out. He has played really loose all season long, sometimes 15, 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. And that is the sort of thing you give up when you drop your safety that far back. Just a wide open completion over the middle. The Predators got caught looking at cover one, and the Thunder have the answer. So that's going to bring up 1st and goal. No huddle here, and they're going to run this with Ham, and he's got it. Touchdown, Thunder. And I think it was that quick motion back to the ball that really threw the Predators for a loop there. They have not had a lot of practice going up against teams that move that quickly. And for the most part, Charlotte has been holding up, but I think Coach Bryson really did see a weakness on that last play. Had a defensive lineup or something inside that box that he really liked. Knew he could get it in, and Charlotte scores once more. 13-0 here with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. Eric Amaya is going to try to make it 14. Made his first PAT. We'll see if he can get the second one in. Got a low snap, but it is fielded, and Amaya's kick is good. 14-0 in favor of the Thunder. 19.6 seconds to go here in quarter number 1 as Charlotte gears up for kickoff. Back in a moment. So I think that's, Cedric Proctor and Gary Fuller back to return the kick. Amaya ready to send this one away. Ricky McKinney was on the kickoff coverage team. They've replaced him with CJ Thomas, so probably a good call, especially given that we saw him get shaken up earlier. And the Charlotte bench making some noise. They want that uno. Amaya was awfully close last time around. It does go for it, and that one, I think that came in just a little bit low. And man, that was maybe a couple of inches underneath that crossbar. So Amaya gets awfully close again, but we will keep it at 14 for the Thunder as the Predators gear up for their 3rd drive of the game. 1st down and 10 coming up for Ricky McKinney and company. Looks like receivers are going to be, see Mike Lee out there. I can't really tell, I haven't broken the huddle yet. Oh, and they're going to, I think they were just letting the clock roll there. So that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Charlotte up 14-0, looking strong so far. And I mean, the Predators, they have had their flashes, do give them credit, just not quite able to execute with a lot of consistency so far. They'll have to find some answers here in the second quarter. And I don't know, usually for the baseball games we mute the audio, but you know, we've already played a lot of copyrighted music, and I've got a nasty feeling this one is going to get struck down once the stream's over. So, if the train wasn't ever on the rails to begin with, may as well let it crash as hard as possible and watch the fireworks. So we'll just leave it on. Oh wait, oh, never mind. Figured they'd bring out musical chairs or something for the quarter break, but I think they're just going to go right into it. Okay, I can get behind that. Get some more football in faster. So here we go. Kevin McClure, Mike Lee, and that is going to be, is that number 6? That'd be Donald Jones, one of the defensive backs, and they're just going to try to dump that off from McClure, and it goes way over his head. I think that might have been an intentional overthrow there from McKinney. I didn't see which DB it was. I think that was Carlos Thomas, really, really closing in on McClure. He would have gotten absolutely hammered if McKinney completed that pass. And the new wide receiver is a new addition to the roster. That's why I didn't recognize him. Brandon Leak, number 8, a name I have not heard before. I'd like to welcome him to the Carolina Predators. We'll see if he can get anything going. Ran his first route there and didn't get targeted. Here's 2nd and 10 for the Preds. Leak gonna go in kind of a reverse motion here and then heads back to where he was. Nice trade-off there. They are gonna go for Leak, and McKinney overthrows it. Yeah, I saw the same thing he did. It was kind of a faux wheel route almost, not really a harsh cut, but definitely started on the inside and then went back outside and ran up the sideline. But I think McKinney saw that initial break that Leak got. He was out of coverage for maybe a split second, but then I think it might have been cover 2, some kind of zone look there by the Thunder, and just had a really good trade-off. Kept track of Leak down the sideline and did not give McKinney any sort of avenue to complete that one. 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Preds. And looks like they're going to send Leak into motion again. Same look. And McKinney going to go for McLaurin and overthrows that one. I think he hit the PA guy. So that's 2 intended for McLaurin that have just gone a little awry. 4th down and 10 coming up now for Carolina. Ball is on the Carolina 20, so Charlotte looking good at field position-wise, but they can get a stop in here. 13 minutes to play before halftime. And they're going to try this with Leak again, see if he gets open this time. McKinney rolls out, had a somewhat clean pocket, and delivers that one under some serious pressure over to the Preds bench. And the Predators turn it over on downs yet again. 1st and 10 coming up for Charlotte. Ball's going to be on the Carolina 20, so only 20 yards to pay dirt here. We'll see how the Predators defense responds. Again, it was it's easy for me to say, up here and all. But it looked like McKinney might have had at least a half second longer to be able to hang out in that pocket. Looks like he ran just a little bit prematurely. Protection was breaking down, but it looked like it was holding up all right, at least when he rolled out. But woulda, coulda, shoulda at this point. The Thunder offense is back out on the field. Jalen McClendon working with a triple stack formation, and I've seen that play before. The Lehigh Valley Steelhawks used to run it down in the red zone. One of my personal favorites. You line all 3 receivers up and throw at the seams and see how far they can get. A lot of it's basically a high formation run. And the Thunder are able to knock 6 on that one. 2nd down and 4 coming up. Ball is on the 14-yard line. Well, actually, they're going to call that 13, so 2nd down and 3. Trips to the left of McClendon, and kind of a late handoff there for Ham. Able to make it up the sideline, picks up the 1st down, and is tackled around the 2 or the 1 yard line. 1st down and goal coming up here for Charlotte. That mesh point, they really, really held that one. A lot like the Wake Forest offense. Well, I guess used to one, because I do think their coach went somewhere else in the offseason, but you saw that a lot with the Demon Deacons the past couple of years. They would hold that mesh point for longer than anybody. In fact, I don't know if it'll pop out on film, but I saw Ham almost lost that ball because McClendon just gave it to him so late. And got a whistle here.
Timeout. Carolina.
And Carolina has called timeout. Not quite satisfied with the defensive look they had there. Ball is officially on the 3 yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pro Force cheerleaders.
10:54 to go here in the first half at least.
What game is this right here? Go, go, go. Turn and twist. All right, I see that. You ain't twisting fast enough. Uh-oh. Somebody's almost finished. Uh-oh. Oh, you done got this. It's teamwork, ladies. You gotta work together.
All right, so after that stoppage, I would imagine both teams had time to sort everything out, scheme-wise at least. Ball is on the 3-yard line here for the Energy. Going to send this up the middle with Ham, breaking some tackles, dives forward. And the Thunder, I think I called them the Energy again, take a 3-possession lead, 20-0, and they're going to go celebrate at midfield. Oh, the old Philadelphia Soul bobsled. I haven't seen that one in a while. I'll give them credit.
Now, if you don't know, that comes from Cool Runnings. It's a movie back in the 90s. It's called Cool Runnings. You probably wouldn't know that because you was born in 89, weren't you? No, you was born in 90.
And Amaya's kick is good. Make it 21-0 in favor of the Thunder. 10 minutes, basically 10 minutes flat to go here in the second quarter. All right, so, well, Amaya, yeah, he's out in midfield. Get ready to send this one deep from the opposite end zone now. Cedric Proctor and Gary Fuller back to return here for the Preds. 21-0 in favor of Charlotte. All right, so here we go. We'll see if Amaya can notch the Uno this time. He's had two come very close. Here's the third try. Has the distance, kind of stalls out though, and that one is going to be fielded by Cedric Proctor in the back of the end zone, and he makes it to 5 and will go no further. Meets a brick wall. David Ham and, how do I grab that other number? It's either 20 or 50. Yeah, I think that was David Ham and Emmanuel Phillips. Double tackle, Cedric Proctor there. First down and 10 coming up for the Preds. Ball is on the 6-yard line.
Come on, let's go. I'm looking.
Clock continues to roll. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second.
I see some guns.
Halftime living again. I mean, the Predators have shown flashes here. A couple of positive plays here and there, but the sacks and particularly the time spent in the pocket by McKinney have been issues for them. Gotta find a way to get the ball out faster because the offensive line and timeout is called there by Antoine Thorpe. Not quite on the same page with everybody. So that is Carolina's second. 9:17 on the clock here.
Green Bond CPA LLC is a full-service, Charlotte-based certified public accounting firm providing tax, accounting, and consulting services for individuals and businesses throughout the United States. Green Bond.
Looks like they got everything sorted out. Here we go. Thorpe going to go in motion on the bottom of the screen to McKinney's right. And McKinney back to throw, looking quick over the middle, and McLaurin cannot hang on to that one.
And it's not by Carlos Thompson.
In and out of his hands, Carlos Thompson with the PBO on that one. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Reds. Carolina breaks the huddle pretty quickly. Emerson declares as a tight end, though I do not think that Carolina has thrown a tight end screen all year. And Charlotte might have gotten a little bit of a jump, not called, and a diving catch comes up just a bit short. Mike Lee with the attempt at a grab. It was awfully close, but unable to bring it in. Throws a little bit low for McKinney. 3rd down and 10 coming up now for Carolina. So we'll see what the Preds have dialed up here. When they've gotten in these sorts of situations, Coach Wood has liked to try and take shots, or at least get it all back at once. Not very much of a dink and dunk guy, and McKinney has to take off almost immediately and just, lost the ball! That's going to be a stupid score for the Thunder. Touchdown! Goes down as a strip sack for Charlotte. And McKinney, oh man, he is down again. And took a pretty big shot there in the 1st quarter. Down, and yeah, they called for an injury timeout. We better pan away. This is not looking good. And McKinney's back up. No, looked like he was getting back up on his hands and knees. Back up, I tell you, he is a tough, tough guy. He has taken a beating so far. Even this offensive line, I mean, it's looked better than it has against Mississippi and Tampa for sure, but I mean, against this kind of competition in the Thunder, I'm just no match. And here's the PAT by Eric Amaya. Actually gave him that extra point. Only 27, and that one actually goes all the way over the net. And they are going to call that one good. So it is 28 now for the Thunder. And Amaya's going to get a 4th chance to go, I suppose. 7:22 to go here in the 1st half. Now again, we've got to keep an eye on the health of Ricky McKinney, because I know I've mentioned that before, but for anyone that may just now be tuning in, McKinney is the only quarterback on this roster. Josh Ross was the team's backup last year. He's had some trouble commuting to these games between work and car issues, from what I understand. So should McKinney go down at any point, to the best of my understanding, the emergency quarterback is either going to be one of the receivers for the Preds, either Cedric Proctor, Kevin McLaurin, or Mike Lee. Now, I would imagine it would be Proctor, because when Proctor first got here, he took at least a couple of reps in practice at quarterback. Not the strongest arm, but is accurate when it needs to be, but the Predators would lose a pretty key piece in the secondary should that occur. So hopefully Ricky can stay in one piece throughout this game. And here's the kick from Amaya. This one I think is going to come up a little short as well, and caught there by Fuller. And oh, Fuller gets swarmed at the 2. What a play by the Charlotte special teams. That was something else. Almost a simultaneous catch between him and Proctor. They couldn't really decide who was going to take it. Fuller ends up with the ball at least. Heads off toward the top of the screen and needless to say does not get very far. 7:06 on the clock. They're actually running it. Yeah, some teams in the league do that, some don't. I'm really not sure how they decide that. I think it's all just up to the clock operator. Sometimes you'll see teams stop at the clock after touchdowns, so they gear up for PATs, and after kickoffs, so they're huddling up like this. And sometimes they won't. I know West Michigan didn't. We were not there for that game. Just a 14-hour drive to West Michigan with my exams coming up. It was just not in our playbook, but West Michigan really ran that clock, and McKinney delivers a high pass, kind of sidearmed that one over to McClure, and I don't think he gained any yards, but McClure did stay on his feet, only 2 tackles, and did not go down, and it looks like he actually gained 2 on that one, so we got 2nd down and 8. Yeah, ball's moved up to the 5-yard line now, closing in on the 6-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, so halftime looming. Been live for, it says an hour and 7 minutes. So I think this first half is probably going to clock in at just over an hour, which is pretty standard for AAL stuff this year. And oh, got a great grab over the middle. Antoine Thorpe with an excellent catch in traffic. And that goes down as the biggest game of the night for the Preds. 5.5 minutes to go. Ball on the 24-yard line, so not in plus territory quite yet, but definitely close. First and 10 for the Preds. McKinney back to pass. Nice move on the outside, and McKinney will take off. Tries to stiff arm a man and does avoid something of a tackle on that one. Ferdinand Cody brings him down, but not before McKinney gains 6. Or 4, excuse me. Not 2nd down 6.
Your raffle ticket for a chance to win an autographed football signed by Thomas Davis and Jeff Reed.
All right, so it looks like the line to make for Carolina is at the Charlotte 16 on the Charlotte 23 right now. So actually 2nd down at 7. I miscounted. And Leak back in the game, and McKinney under duress immediately just throws that one up to nobody in particular. And lucky that wasn't intercepted. Nobody in the area, so no harm, no foul. But that is the kind of stuff you can't get away with for long. 3rd down at 7 coming up for the Preds. Looks like McKinney took another big hit on that one.
Services work seamlessly together to fuel your digital retailing. Auto-update.
All right, so here we go. McKinney back to pass. Pocket collapses, and that ball actually hits one of the cameramen for the Thunder. So call it 4th and 7. They've got to get him out of the game.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And make sure you go to the website, charlottethunder.com for more information.
Again, Proctor has not ever started at quarterback at the arena level, but I mean, at this point, putting him in is better than watching Ricky continue to just put himself on the line. This has been rough to watch. And it looks like he is down on his back this time. Back in a moment, 4th down and 7 on deck for the Preds. All right, and it looks like McKinney's at least on one knee now and coming to his feet with the help of head coach Johnny Bird and one of the members of the Thunder training staff. And I mean, I would, again, I know your backup quarterback is a receiver, but I would be stunned if he returns anytime soon. They have got to keep him healthy. Especially with, I think this is really only the halfway point in the Predators season right now. How did that game against Chicago get called off, from what I understand? But to my knowledge, they're still going back to Mississippi, still going up to Jersey, and at least got one game against the Georgia Lions later on in the year. So they've got to keep McKinney healthy for those. You know, be very, very surprised if they put him back on the field. Hopefully he's okay, but I would imagine that, especially for his safety, that his evening is done. Cedric Proctor will be the emergency quarterback for the Preds. Started the game at defensive back, has been returning kicks, actually scored a kick return touchdown against Tampa and throws that one over the middle. Caught! Tipped for a moment. I think that is going to come up short, or no, they give him the first down. Kevin McLaurin grabs the tip pass. It's going to be a first down for the Preds.
A special happy 13th birthday. For more information, go to
2:56 to go here, so I don't know if you really want to get technical with this stuff. I don't know. On this end of the field, you can't really start working the clock this early. I wouldn't worry about it too much unless the Preds really dink and dunk their way down here and somehow able to score with triple zeros on the clock, but they would have to move at an absolute snail's pace to pull that off. Probably too early to start worrying about time. And Proctor rolls out to his right. Whoa, and that one is loose. Backwards pass, and I think they do call that incomplete. Yeah, Proctor got hammered on that one. Rolled out to his left, and I think he thought that was going to buy him more time than it did. Rookie Crease is starting to show already. Second down and 10 coming up for the Preds. Definitely lucky that one wasn't intercepted. This pressure by the Thunder has been unrelenting so far. 1:51 to go here, so yeah, the 1 minute timeout warning, the 1 minute timeout is looming. It only makes it to 7, so I mean, like if you really want to start playing 4D chess, this could be one you look at as possibly winding the clock down for, but I think we got a timeout or a delay game. Something went wrong because McLaurin and Thorpe both thought they were in motion. And yeah, Carolina takes their last time out. Got to get that sorted out. Yeah, to my knowledge, Proctor has actually not taken any reps at quarterback over the course of practice, which means he is not familiar with the play calling system. Probably why McLaurin and Thorpe got mixed up there. Second down and 10 when we come back. 1:35 on the clock, so now you are definitely in a position where you can start running this out. Though the Predators did receive, or no, the Thunder got the first kick, I think. It feels like it's been so long ago. And yeah, Charlotte did receive, so Carolina's going to get it to start the second half. So on paper, if they were able to score here and not allow Charlotte enough time to get a response score down, and then we're able to receive the kickoff in the second half, that would at least be something for them. Take any kind of momentum they can get, especially with an emergency quarterback in. Second down and 10. Cedric Proctor going to get ready to throw what will be his third career pass. And he's going to put McLaurin in motion on the right-hand side. Got a clean pocket. Looks for McLaurin, and that one is caught. Going to go down as a gain of around, he got right at 10 yards. And I think they're going to call this second in inches. They are not motion for the chain gang to bring it forward. Great throw there by Proctor. Really impressed by how quickly he's getting the ball. Stark contrast to what we've seen out of McKinney so far. He has been really deliberate in the pocket. Like to take his time in a game where taking your time can lead to some untimely sacks. So first down and goal here for the Preds. Ball's on the 6, 1:30 to go. And yeah, they're going to call offsides. Thorpe got too much of a head start. And I was wondering if they were going to call it 5 or 10, because I know in the AFL, back when that was around, it was 10 yards for a motion man offsides and 5 for everything else. But in the AAL, it's kind of been just a coin toss. Some teams call it 5, some teams call it 10. 5 is more common at this level, even though I don't know, it might be like a Mandela effect sort of thing, but I swear in the AFL it used to be 10 yards for a motion man offsides. So the ball moves backward a little bit here, and don't want to play devil's advocate too much, but sometimes, especially with teams that like to go over the middle as much as the Preds, getting a little bit of extra space down here in the red zone can help out. But Proctor, I think this was a designed run all the way, showing you the speed, and did he lose the ball there at the end, or was it just a big hit? And credit to him for hanging on to that, gets the yardage back. And there's the 1 minute warning timeout. 60 seconds to go in this one. Proctor did not fumble. That's going to bring up, actually, yeah, that was first down. I had it mislabeled. So that was first and goal. Proctor rushes for a gain of about 6. Second down and goal coming out from the 4 when we return.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I got the cheerleaders dancing on the other side of the frame, but yeah, with the team this close to the goal line, I imagine the football is going to take precedence. This is exciting.
Do your thing. Let's go.
Here we go. Second down goal, ball's on the 4-yard line on the left pro hash. And it doesn't look like they're going to go with any motion. That is a deep shotgun for Proctor. 5.5 yards, and he is going to look to throw. Oh, and almost caught, juggled there by McLaurin, and he could not bring it in. That was one heck of a throw there by Proctor. That was on the money, yeah. That was on the corner. It wasn't ready for it. He got that out and fit it into one heck of a window. That was a great throw by Cedric Proctor. No fault on him on that one. McLaurin has struggled with drops this year. Really saw a ton come back to bite the Preds in that Mississippi game a couple of weeks ago. Third down and goal from the 4 coming up now. Again, Proctor really getting some distance. This is really effectively an outside shotgun. Here we go, Proctor looking and kind of got dragged down. Looked, oh no, at least the way he went down made it look like a horse collar, but I think it was just a pretty standard tackle. So 4th and goal coming up here for the Preds. And not even Proctor looking enough to get that ball out. Brandon Leake is going to exit the game. He's replaced by Mike Lee Sr. No Brandon Ford tonight for the Predators. Excuse me, his height tended to help out down here when he was with the Upstate Dragons. We were streaming their games several years ago. Out for it here, I imagine McLaurin, the designated receiver, if they decide to try a fade. Lee in motion in the slot, and Proctor going to take off. Got a lane, dives forward. Touchdown, Predators! And Cedric Proctor gets his first career touchdown on his first career drive. 48.6 seconds on the clock, so I really do think that that drive was more about scoring and put some points on the board than it was rolling the clock. So the Thunder are going to have some time to respond, plenty of time, and 3 timeouts, I believe. But I tell you, the sense of relief they've got to feel in that huddle, especially after getting shut out against West Michigan, that has got to feel great. And 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Proctor will take the shotgun snap once more. Lee can't decide what side he wants to go to. And Proctor looks to throw, and oh, the ref got in the way! That's the real ninth man. The umpire just, hey, there ain't much you can do about that. Nice pass there by Proctor. Good way to throw it as he was going down, looking like Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Under serious heat and somehow still delivering an accurate pass, but I mean, the umpire just got in the way, and there's not much you can do about that. You win some, you lose some. 28-6, 48.6 seconds on the clock. So again, the Thunder are going to have plenty of time to respond to this one. Kickoff looming. We'll see. Well, actually, again, I would not want to put McKinney back out onto the field. He started the game as a place kicker. I don't know. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they do put him back on. But, I mean, I don't know who else would kick. But you got to ask yourself, you know, is field position is field position better than running the risk of McKinney getting hurt? And it looks like Mike Lee's going to kick this one away. He is closest to where the tee would be. You're going to have to zoom back out because we're only getting part of the screen now. And Mike Lee will kick this. You know, I tell you what, if you really want to go crazy, you're down 3 possessions anyway. Got a backup kicker, and you may as well go outside. I mean, especially in the AFL, this is what they would do, you know. They get 48.6 seconds on the clock like that, go onside, they can get it, that was okay. Other team picked it up like the 10-yard line, they just let them score, and they'll go back with 40 seconds on the clock, receive their own kickoff, and then just try to be the last team to get it into the end zone before half. So we'll see what Lee does, and he is just going to kick this one deep. I actually don't think the Predators have tried a single onside kick their entire history of the franchise. That one hops out of bounds, and that one went out before the 20, so I think they're going to give it to more beneficial around probably the 25-yard line. Somewhere in that neighborhood. They're going to take this, I think, all the way out to the Predators' 20. That's at least where the referee's conversion.
Okay. Make sure you head to the concession stand to purchase your raffle ticket for James Moran and autograph ball signed by Thomas Davis and Jeff Reed. Only $5. Enter the merchandising right now to go purchase your raffle ticket.
And it looks like they're going to, nope, they still can't get this sorted out. Yeah, I don't know where the chain gang is going. They're heading somewhere. Are they saying to re-kick it?
There's no play. We'll re-kick.
Hey.
The whistle is never blown, ready for play.
Okay, gotcha. So they never blew the whistle. And so, therefore, that kick from Lee is null and void. He'll get a second chance at that one. So that's where the chain gang is headed. So, yeah, we'll see if the Thunder get better field position than they did last time around. It'll be hard to beat what they had a moment ago when that kick went out of bounds. It's going to be spotted around the 25 before they blew it dead. Or, I guess never blew it dead because the whistle never sounded for the ready for play. All right, so here is Mike Lee's second attempt, and this one goes out of bounds as well into the crowd. And let's see where they mark this one.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Make sure you visit the Charlotte Thunder website if you need more details on all of the games.
And yeah, they're going to set that down to 20. Alrighty, so first down and 10 here for the Charlotte Thunder. It feels like we have not seen their offense in quite a while. And I guess that's really because we haven't. Had that strip sack of McKinney earlier, scored off of that. And then on that last drive, McKinney got hurt. Took up a little bit of time while he was gathering the strength to make it back to the sideline. So first we've seen of Jalen McClendon and company in quite a while, and once again C.J. Thomas playing way off the line. McClendon got all day to throw, looking deep, got hit as he threw, and yeah, that's PI. Thomas got a little aggressive there. I don't know. It's tough to say if that was catchable. Would have been a heck of a catch if he had made it, but you cannot tackle a receiver. I think Thomas might have gotten a little flustered on that one. So that's going to be pass interference, 15-yard penalty. It's going to move it all the way to the Carolina 15. 43.7 seconds on the clock. Stopped after an incomplete pass.
That's the clean version. They say, oh yeah.
That is a total 24. I forgot pass interference on 10 yards inside. That's on me. So they move it up to the Carolina 20.
Let me hear you, ladies. Let me hear you, ladies. I can't hear you, ladies. Louder, ladies.
All right, first down and 10 for the Thunder, and yep, here's the snap. Got a flag. I thought I saw the play clock expire on the scoreboard, but I don't know if that's totally accurate. So I imagine the refs are keeping on the field, and the actual clock start at different times. There was a flag thrown on that one. If the play stands, it goes as a pretty nice completion on a corner out all the way down to around the 3-yard line. 39.6 seconds to go. Clock is stopped while they get this sorted out. And so got a defensive infraction there against the Predators. It is declined, and Charlotte's going to take over at, yeah, they got to respot this one. They were all the way down to the 3-yard line. So first and goal here for the Thunder. And there's Ham breaking to the outside, breaks some tackles, and extends it over the line. Still waiting on the signal. There it is. Clock is stopped at 29.2 seconds. So this is what I was mentioning earlier when I was saying that the Predators might go onside. Really and truly, when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, the Thunder did not take a lot of time off the clock on that possession, only about 18 seconds. So now, they don't have any timeouts in an emergency quarterback, so it's probably not going to amount to anything. But, you know, on paper, the Predators do have enough time to get a response score down and kind of nullify this touchdown in a lot of ways. Though, again, it's going to take, well, a good kick return to start out, and they have struggled with that so far. Started at, I think, their 5-yard line and their 2-yard line on their past couple of drives. And again, with an emergency quarterback and no timeouts. Tall order to say the least, but not statistically impossible. And Amaya hits his 5th PAT of the night in the meantime. Make it 35-6 in favor of the Thunder, which I believe was a margin we hit exactly during the original Energy game a couple years back. So if the Predators can get going, remember, inside the 1-minute warning, the clock is going to stop any incomplete passes, any losses of yardage by the team in the lead, which doesn't matter right now, and any players that get sent out of bounds, either of their own volition by dropping the ball over the boards or getting forced into the boards. So effectively outdoor timing rules now. Kickoff looming. We'll see if Amaya can finally get that Uno going. He's been awfully close all night. One has gone just a little bit off to the right, and 3 have come in low. This will be his 5th attempt. And here we go. And he might have this one. Oh, it's stalling out, and that one goes out of the back of the end zone. Should be a touchback. And that one's going to come out to the 5-yard line. So, the Preds might actually call a break there because no time's going to run off on that one. And, yeah, they're trying to decide where to spot this one. And Yeah, I think
The ball will be placed at the 5-yard line. The ball is tipped.
Yeah, touched by an opposing player and then knocked out of the back of the end zone. It's going to come out for 5. So the Predators have their work cut out for them if they want to get a response score down. First down and 10 for Cedric Proctor, the emergency quarterback for the Predators, who looked pretty sharp on that first drive. Offensive line still having some issues, but Proctor with a very, very quick release, type of lead inside.
Expeditiously so they can be sanitized. Hashtag management.
And they're going to send Brandon Leak in motion on the
So make
bottom
sure
of
y'all
the
know those
screen.
balls, man. Because your hands is nasty.
And Proctor catches that snap under some heat, rolls out, and tucks this one, takes off, and did he get out of bounds? I don't think he did. He's getting back to the huddle in a hurry. Yeah, clock continues to roll. Now they blow the whistle. It's stopped at 17.4. Oh, and Charlotte takes a timeout. Okay. So the Thunder want to make sure, or see it, I guess, if they can get it back one more time, though. A lot of clock ran off there between Proctor going down and the Thunder getting that timeout in. 17.4 left to go in the first half now. At this point in the drive, if you do want to go for the end zone, you got to get some kind of quick completion in for Proctor, some kind of out route, a whip, get his confidence up, and more importantly, make sure you get out of bounds. Though, I'll tell you, that play clock has got to be rolling. They are getting dangerously close, and there's the ready for play. So the Preds are going to get the snap off, and Proctor looking deep, just slings that one up there, and oh, a diving interception comes up short. Carlos Thomas almost able to grab that one. Proctor, he looked kind of flustered on that one. I think he was just throwing it up. 13.4 seconds on the clock. No need to call a timeout for the Thunder. Clock stops automatically after the completions inside the 1 minute warning of each half. So now all of a sudden, it's Carolina that needs to tread a little lightly. An incomplete pass here will stop the clock and more than likely set up a pretty good situation for the Thunder to at least get one more crack at it if we keep on going at the current rate of progression as far as time run off the clock is concerned. Oh, and a serious miscommunication there. Proctor just kind of hands it off, and timeout is called by the Thunder. That one goes all the way back to the 4-yard line. Something went horribly wrong on that one. Lee thought he was in motion. I think Lee thought the play was dead. Started jogging and then stopped in his tracks. Ball got snapped, and Proctor, hey, smart play, able to grab that one, make sure it didn't get out of his hands. The Thunder don't score immediately, but they do lose 3 yards. Heads up play to hand it off to Joshua Marcus, but that was about it. 4th down and 8 coming up now for Carolina. And I'll tell you what, if they don't pick up this first down, they got to find a way to make sure 6.4 seconds come off the clock in this game, in this play. Or at the very least, Charlotte's going to have time for a field goal. Maybe a touchdown if they want to try it. So, I don't know. Reds have had a history of drawing up some kind of interesting Hail Mary sort of plays. I don't know if the offensive line is going to be able to hold up long enough for Proctor to just really lob this one up into the air. But I guess we'll see. Possibly the last play of the first half. Proctor is going to let this one rip. 3 seconds on the clock. Clock is stopped with 2.2, but we got a flag. Going into double coverage intended for Mike Williams. This is they call it PI against the Thunder. So the Preds will end the half with the ball. That is a huge mental error there by Charlotte. They would have gotten the ball back on the 8-yard line. Instead got handsy with Lee. PI is called and the Predators catch a break. The Predators won't get that response score in, but the Thunder will not get a chance to extend their lead either. ball moves out to the 17-yard line after that 10-yard penalty. So yeah, at this point, I mean, I suppose you can lob it up to the end zone if you want, but safest play might just be to have Proctor catch the snap, run around for a little bit, and then throw it out of bounds once the clock gets triple zeros. See what they've got. The Predators do like to stay aggressive on offense. They're going to put Brandon Leak in motion. And Proctor is going to sling this one up, and that is tipped. Nice job there by, I think that was Antoine Thorpe to kind of play the DB there. Bat that one up, so no pick there by the Thunder. Clock does hit triple zeros, so yeah, I tell you, that's how it always ends in the 1-minute warning. I talk about all these different scenarios with onside kicks and intentional scores and whatnot, and nothing ever comes of it. So we'll be back in 15 minutes for the start of the third quarter. We'll be back soon. Charlotte up 35-6. Predators looking for answers. We'll see what they can get going. Oh my God, we did. I cannot believe that. We misspelled Predators on the scoreboard. I'm going to fix that right away. Yeah, the Carolina Predators. And it's fixed. I cannot believe I misspelled Predators on the scoreboard. Man.
Hey guys!
That is embarrassing.
Who's enjoying the game so far? Everybody having fun? I want to introduce you to two very special people. Please welcome two-time Super cheerleaders will come right. Get those hands up, people. Please welcome John.
What's up, Thunder Nation? What's up? That's me. I know I'm from Pittsburgh Steelers, but y'all better put those damn hands together. What's up, Thunder Nation? That's fair, that's fair. Anyway, my name's Jeffrey. I'm one of the ownership, I'm part of the ownership group here. I just want to let y'all know it's an honor to be part of this. As you see, not only the scoreboard, but we got a class act here. And we really appreciate y'all supporting us. And I know Thomas didn't win the Super Bowls. However, he was the Walter Payton, what was that called? Man of the Year. But I want to get a microphone. I was a kicker, but it's all good. That's all the points. I'm going to give the microphone to Thomas Davis. We appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you.
I know y'all was tired of hearing from a kicker, but once again, we want to thank you guys for coming out tonight and supporting us. We can't thank you enough. As you can see, these guys are doing a tremendous job on the field, like Jeff said, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the product that we're putting on the field. But like we talked about, the reason that we're out here right now, we're trying to raise a couple funds, and we have this raffle going on. Y'all throw the ball in there, we're raffling it off. We're gonna raffle this football off, and the cheerleaders are gonna come around, and if you guys wanna purchase tickets, and you want a real football signed by a real football player, you can win this one. So, good luck.
All right, everybody, hands up. $5 per ticket. Our cheerleaders are coming around. Keep your hands up while they come around. And at this time, the North Carolina Giants versus the Chargers 9U.
Second down. Oh, the ball is snapped. Oh, it's a fumble. And it's recovered by the Chargers. Chargers ball, first down. Chargers take the ball, first down. Giants defense taking the field, running the 4-3 defense. Chargers is led by number 4, Martinez. Oh, look at lateral. It's a looking lateral. And he's down. And about 3 yards on the play. Oh, looking lateral. Famous play. Good job, Roach. Giants defense running the 3-4. Giants line up on the 3-4 defense. They shift. And he's tackled by number 2 on the play. I see you, number 2. That's the ice box right now. Chargers get to the line. Quarterback number 4, Martinez. Focus on that. Big play by number 7. By number 4, Martinez on the quarterback keeper. And that's Chargers first down. And he's taken down by the Giants defense. to me first. And he's down. He's down. Carried by number 21. And he's down. Giants on the snap. Oh. And he's taken down by the Chargers defense. Giants offense lines up. Giants defense take the field as the Chargers offense marches to the line of scrimmage. Led by quarterback number 4, Martinez. Again, about 5 on the plate. Quarterback sneak by Martinez. And he's taken down. A gain of about 5 on the play. Chargers in the huddle. 45, cutting the field. Touchdown, Chargers! Number 10 on the play. Giants offense take the field Chargers defense take the field led by number 15, Campbell. It's a fumble. And the Chargers take the ball. Chargers ball, first down. Two injured players down on the field. Make some noise for your Chargers and your Giants.
All right, so both teams starting to filter out of the locker room now. The Thunder are already out on the field. The Predators are heading there. They should be coming into frame in just a moment or so. I imagine a lot of what they went over in the locker room there was honestly less about the mistakes they made in the first half and more about getting a concrete game plan together for their new quarterback in Cedric Proctor. That was, I mean, something I don't think anybody could have seen coming. I mean, Ricky McKinney was the only quarterback listed on the roster, but I mean, I've known him for 5 years now, and I've never actually seen him get banged up enough to have to leave a game. He's been banged up and had to come out for a couple of plays, but I've never seen one that ended his evening. So, I mean, that was, I imagine, that was something they didn't really even think about planning for, and so now you've got 15 minutes to devise an entirely new game plan for a quarterback that has never taken a snap inside. I mean, good luck. And I mean, he looked good on that first drive. The second drive, I really don't know how much of that you can count because it was just shot after shot trying to get it into the end zone before the end of the half. Only had 30 seconds in a weird clock situation anyway. So, but you know, that first drive, you know, not Tom Brady levels or anything, but it was good. They did manage to score on that one. Showed off his wheels some, but I mean, they're going to need a lot more out of his arm if they're going to have any shot of coming back in this one. I imagine, given his skill set from what I've seen, it's all about accuracy and getting the ball out very, very quickly. So the Preds, I mean, almost never run screens, but if they're going to change that habit, now would be the time to do so. I imagine Proctor will be able to thrive with some early completions on shorter throws like that. Maybe gear some stuff up, not even for shots down the field, but just more intermediate throws, deep digs across the middle if you can find the offensive line time to get that going. Corner routes to the far side of the field, something like that. Don't put too much pressure on them. Don't take shots unless you know you've got a defensive look you're going to be able to score against. Especially in this kind of situation, down by this kind of margin, the last thing you want to do is put even more pressure on his shoulders. Let's see what they've got drawn up.
Oh, that's how you do your fans, TV? That's how you do me?
Both sides at least getting set for kickoff here. Mike Lee and Gary Fuller back to return this kick to the Preds. Proctor back taking snaps at quarterback now. Because if you lose him, then you're really in trouble. And we are ready to start quarter number 3. 30 minutes to decide the victor in this one. Eric Amaya is still trying to get that first uno of the night. I know he's made several on the year. Has come up just short a handful of times this time around. Has some heat on it, and that one stalls out. And once again, Fuller tried to bring that one in, and it hops out the back of the end zone. So this drive is going to start on the 5-yard line for the Preds. Alright, so here we go. Proctor still rocking that outdoor shotgun 5 yards back instead of the 3-yarder that we saw McKinney use for most of the game. And pump fakes over to Fuller, gets it to Antoine Thorpe over the middle, and that's going to go down as a quick gain of about 6 yards. Nice way to start out the drive for Cedric Proctor. Like the decision to get the ball out quickly. Again, that is something we saw the Predators do that a good bit in years 1 and 2. And then, for one reason or another, even though there haven't been coaching staff since, they kind of got away from that philosophy this year.
I think it's before they time.
Good to see them kind of returning to their roots in a sense. Here's 2nd down and 4. Proctor. Oh, looking across the middle, wanted McClure on the slant. He's not quite on the same page.
Make sure you check out SoCal Digital. Go Imagine, go Explore, go
Stop this route there.
SoCal Digital Advertising, Marketing, and Web
I'm not sure if he was kind of trying to read the coverage there or not. Some kind of miscommunication on that one. 3rd down and 4. For what it's worth, I have not seen the Predators stop slant routes like that when they get into any kind of zone look. For the most part, they just run right through it with the idea that, you know, that slant's going to, even if you do run into coverage, it's going to clear out something for somebody else. So not quite sure what happened there. And got a little bit of shifting with the receivers here. Thorpe goes in motion. Proctor rolls to his left and finds McLaurin heading up the sideline. And that's going to go down as a gain of about 10 yards. First down for the Preds. Ball comes out to the 23-yard line of Carolina. 13 minutes on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. And Proctor throws quickly over to the outside. That's Thorpe again. Able to get 5 more yards. 2nd down, and I think they're going to call it 2nd and 4. It's going to be close. 2nd and medium, we'll say, and the official call is going to be and 5. Predators really dinking and dunking their way down the field, almost looking like an AFL-style offense with all the hitches and whatnot. Been a methodical drive so far, and the Thunder seem content to play back and let them go underneath, but the Predators not content, and actually did have something of an opening there. Not sure if Carlos Thomas kind of let up on that route because Thorpe fell, or if he really was he. But if you want to look at this in AFL terms, that Charlotte defense is probably going to be primed for a shot for the next couple of plays. So if you want to go underneath, now's probably the best time to pull that off, because they're more than likely going to be flexing out a little bit. Looks like kind of a sticks look here. And now sending that outside corner down, so almost a cover 2-ish formation. Proctor gets it out quickly over the middle, and that one is caught by Gary Fuller, and it's enough for a first down. Nice play there. Moving the chains once again, a second first down on this drive.
I got lost in my thought.
And McLaurin getting a couple, or Proctor, excuse me, getting a couple of words into McLaurin over there. Might be trying to set something up with him. He is getting some pretty tight coverage, though. Now they're backing off with it. Thorpe in motion. Proctor going to have to bite this one. Just sends it up, and that one goes over the wall. I think they were trying to go to the end zone there. That might have been the initial play. Line protection broke down. Good job by Proctor to get it away, but I'm sure Coach Will's going to tell him to never try to throw that pass again. That was dangerously close to getting intercepted. Second down and 10 coming up for the Preds. And you know, as interesting as it is, and given how accurate Proctor's been throughout this game, it's kind of interesting to note, I don't think he's thrown a solid spiral this whole night. They've all been wobbling. They've been on target. They just haven't looked that pretty. Interesting footnote there. And I think they're about to loop Fuller around. And nope. Just going to go no motion. Handoff up the middle. And really bouncing around. Going to be a gain of a yard or two. Markevian Harrelson with the carry there. Harrelson, one of the players they brought in to try and replace Carry on Moore, who had an absolutely fantastic year with the Predators last season. Actually got called up by the Green Bay Blizzard of the IFL and is in their training camp as we speak. Wish him the best of luck up north. The Predators have not really had that same sort of presence in the backfield since Moore left. And I mean, given the performance he had last year, you kind of got the idea that he was going somewhere. I would have been surprised if he'd stuck around, because there were probably a lot of teams that were very interested in what he did. In the meantime, they go play action here, just going to lob that one up to McLaurin. Oh my God, he caught it! Oh my God, what a catch! Kevin McLaurin with the catch of the season for Carolina. And that's going to go down as the first touchdown pass of Cedric Proctor's young indoor career. What a catch. That was insane. I think Proctor was just throwing that one away. I don't think he was trying to complete it in any capacity. Just threw it up there and crossed his fingers, and McLaurin, I mean, came down with a fantastic catch. Now, kind of a unique look here. The Preds don't run trips often. They've got trips to the left-hand side here. And they are going to stick with it. Mike Lee in motion, and they kind of go with an option pass almost over to Harrelson, but Proctor and Harrelson not on the same page. So kind of a speed option-ish look, but an overhand throw from Proctor. Interesting play design, but not quite there. And I don't know if Harrelson would have made it into the end zone anyway. So keep it at 35-12. I tell you, that was a really methodical, well thought out drive for the Preds. I think they could get a couple of breaks from the Charlotte defense. They did appear to be playing pretty loose on that drive. They have a lot of reason to press. It's not like it's 35-34 or something. They are up pretty big with the fourth to give up some yards underneath. But, I mean, that got to give credit where it's due. I mean, Cedric Proctor's been one of the older quarterbacks all this season. And really, McKinney's taken snaps this season. But McKinney has not taken what the defense is giving. They stared down receivers, really tried to get the ball downfield at all costs. Proctor, I mean, the antithesis on that drive, like saving shots when protection really broke down. And again, I hesitate to call those shots. But I really do think he was throwing it away on that touchdown grab by McLaurin. I mean, that was a good drive by Proctor. Again, the passes themselves weren't exactly pretty, not a lot of spirals there. And the touchdown pass was, again, probably a lucky break. And something I would imagine they would struggle to replicate in a vacuum, but a solid drive and definitely one that the Predators needed. But let's see if that momentum can carry over to the defense. They have certainly struggled as well, even though the Charlotte offense really does not snap the ball many times. A lot of you say they've maybe run 30 plays all night. We've seen much more of Carolina's offense throughout this game.
Let's go, ladies. Let's go, ladies. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Road Force!
All right, and Mike Lee ready to send this one away for the Preds. His first two kicks did not go that well. Both of them went out of bounds. Artie Holmes back to return for the Thunder, and he's actually not in the end zone. Kind of backing up there now, but maybe expecting some of his up men to grab this one. This will be Lee's third kick attempt of the night, and this one is heading way out of bounds. Free souvenir for a fan, I suppose, so I don't know if the Thunder make him throw it for long back on the field. Yeah, they make him throw it back. All right, so that one's going to go out of bounds. Spot will be at the 20-yard line. I think the referees are going to discuss a little bit, because from what I've heard, it's always 20-yard line or where it's more beneficial for the receiving team. And yeah, if it goes out before it hits the 20, they'll spot it there. So all the way at the 25, rough and tumble kick. Pretty bad field position for the defense to start out on what will be the first drive of the third quarter for Charlotte. First down and 10 for Jalen McClendon and the offense. They were firing on all cylinders there in that first half. Only turned it over once on a dropped pass that, I mean, really should have been complete. It was right in the hands, I believe it was. Oh, never mind. Charlotte might have a touchdown right here. And they do. Giving too much leverage. Just a little hook route there to Trenton Bostic. And just like that, Charlotte's back on the board. 41-12. That was a beautiful play there by the Thunder. Great recognition by McClendon. He got that one out almost immediately.
Let's go!
So, I mean, the Predators, they have been playing loose all night. Yeah, slot man coming down. C.J. Thomas playing 15 yards off the line. Just get it to him. As soon as you catch the ball, just throw it to him, man. That's how it works. Eric Amaya going to try to go 6 for 6 on PATs here tonight. He's had a busy evening, and did that bounce in? Yes, it did. 42 points on the board now for the Thunder. So it is a one-play drive for Charlotte. The Predators defense was not out there for long. So we'll get another look at Cedric Proctor and company here in a moment. 7:20 to play in the third quarter. I think that drive took all of 40 seconds for Charlotte. Yeah, open field tackling and just defensive aggression in general have been big weak spots for the Predators. They have played with one of the most conservative pre-snap schemes I've ever seen. I mean, C.J. Thomas, I know I sound like a broken record, but he has been playing 15 to 20 yards off the snap every play, like an outdoor safety. Yeah, so far, Charlotte has been able to sniff it out. Up by 30 here halfway through quarter number 3. Mike Lee, and I think we got a new return, man. It looks like Sean Potts back to return. Check that, Gary Fuller, not Mike Lee. And yep, that's Sean Potts, number 5. Another new addition to the roster. And here's Amaya's 6th Uno attempt. That one's going to come up short. And Fuller does field this one. How far can he get? And does take it up the sideline. A better return than his first one, that's for sure. Made it all the way out to, they're going to call it the 13-yard line. First down and 10 for the Preds. 37 yards to Pater. We'll see if they can get that same kind of rhythm going on this drive. As much as we did talk about the positives of Proctor, the offensive line did seem to become an issue when the Predators got inside the Charlotte 20. Protection started breaking down routinely. Proctor was having to make decisions even faster than he wanted to. So we'll see if the line can kind of solidify itself here. 6:45 and counting go here in the third quarter. No motion here from the Preds quite yet. Fuller, it's not looking like he's going to loop out. And are they going to? What is happening? There's no quarterback in. Yeah, a play clock. The play clock actually never started. And Preds dangerously close to getting a delay game. And I tell you, that was a lot of talk for a little hitch out to Fuller. 5 yards is 5 yards inside, and the Predators will take that every time. Second down and 5 coming up. Quick little completion underneath. Nice play there by Proctor. Nice grab by Thorpe as well. I tell you, Charlotte has been giving them those underneath routes, but they've been hitting hard. It's not like Charlotte's playing 20 yards off the line and just giving them the completions. They are having to fight for them. Second down and 4 coming up. And they're going to loop Fuller around this time. And that one snapped a little early. Proctor brings it in, finds McLaurin, and McLaurin cannot be brought down by the jersey, fights forward, and gets the first. Goes down as another first down conversion there for the Preds. Ball is on the Charlotte 23-yard line. 5:15 to go in the third now. Here's play number 3 of this drive. Again, with all these hitches that Carolina has been running, gotta wonder if Charlotte's gonna try to jump one. Low snap, fielded by Proctor, waits a little too long and strip sacked. Oh, nice catch there by Harrelson. That's gonna go down as a loss of 2, but oh no. Oh no, Proctor is down. I don't know, it looked like a fumble to me, but Proctor is back up on his feet. That is really, really bad news for the Preds if he can't stay upright. Second down and 12 coming up following that verdict. Are you kidding me? Ricky's coming back in. All right, well, he's at least McKinney at least thinks he's coming back out, and yeah, that's the right decision. Send him back, and I think they're sending Proctor back as well, which would mean, I believe the emergency quarterback, Mike Lee Sr. So here we go. Now, Mike Lee, I have seen him throw. It's not pretty. He's got wheels though, so look for this to be kind of reminiscent of what Carolina ran last year, just some option stuff. Nothing too fancy until Proctor is at least cleared by the training staff. I'd be surprised if they threw this. And they are just going to run it up the middle. Harrelson, oh man, and Harrelson's still upright. Can he throw it away? And that's going to go down as a loss of 8 yards. And Carolina moving backwards. Third down and 20 coming up here for the Preds on what was looking like a pretty promising drive. Proctor is back in the game. I suppose the Charlotte training staff cleared him, and he's okay. The line to make is over at the Charlotte 13. Ball is on the Carolina 18. Got a ways to go. And a miscommunication here. They're going to throw the... I think Carolina got that timeout in. Though a lot of pointing fingers here. I think Proctor's trying to say that they blew the whistle but never pulled the flag.
Production company based out of Charlotte will visit 2 Ways Media and take care of all of your television broadcasts, internal presentation, and social media platform needs. 2 Ways Media.
And I guess Carolina did get the timeout in. So no loss of yardage on that one. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. 42-12, so yeah, 18 minutes left in the game. Comeback probably out of the question, but Carolina can at least kind of use this as a test run for the games they have coming up. Because I don't know, yeah, Proctor's looked good. He's looked good. At the very least, I think he's given the coaching staff a decision to make heading into the next couple of games they have. So they want to go back to McKinney, or do you start Proctor, get him a couple more reps, and maybe gear up for a game against Georgia Lineup? Pretty big rivalry down there, even though they're not in the same league. There was some bad blood exchanged in those games last year. Those are some of the most fun we've had. Split that series 1-1 last season against Georgia Lineup. And Proctor, there's the ready for play. They're going to send Thorpe in motion on the bottom half of the formation. Proctor looking deep and gets strip sacked. Ball is loose and Charlotte's got it. I think he got caught staring down Thorpe on that one. I'll double check the replay. He might have had somebody underneath, but it looked to me like he was just trying to bite off more than he could chew, wanting to pick up that first down on one play. On 3rd and 20, especially with the patchwork offense like this, you got to dink and dunk. Set up a 4th down and manageable. Instead it goes down as a strip sack. First down and 10 for the Thunder offense, who, again, we have not seen in quite a while, out here for all of 40 seconds last time around. And looking at the replay, yeah, oh man, the Thunder left it totally wide open. Fuller and McLaren both had nobody on them underneath the coverage. Could have gotten 10 or 12 yards easy and set up a 4th down and manageable. Instead, Proctor goes deep and he didn't have a lot of time anyway. Pressure was kind of closed in from behind. I think he saw Fuller, and by the time he was throwing that way, they were already coming in on him. 2:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Charlotte's got the ball back. It is on the Carolina 24-yard line. And the officials are going to have a little conference about this one. Not quite sure what they're discussing. Oh, no, I think we got a media timeout. Cheerleaders coming back out onto the field. Going to throw some shirts up for the crowd.
Let's go, Pro Force. I see those arms.
Okay, so here we go. Preds back on defense. Again, their last trip on the field was pretty short-lived. Charlotte scored in a hurry and playing slightly closer than they were, but C.J. Thomas still giving a lot of leverage at that safety position. McClendon back to pass, has all day looking for the corner and overthrows it by just a hair. I'll tell you, if Charlotte had square end zones, I think they would have caught that one. San Jose style. Got the lots of the AFL in this background. There were a couple of teams that did have square end zones. The vast majority of them are rounded off. But so many teams play in what are mostly hockey arenas. But every now and then you'd see a venue that had square end zones. Against San Jose is the number one stands out to me. I think if they had square end zones, they might have made that crowd. But it's going to go down as 2nd and 10. And going to try to work that stack formation off to McClendon's left. Motion to the right. McClendon looking in the former direction. Oh man, he has got all day. And that's what I'm talking about. I didn't even see a receiver there. He was really diving for that one. Yeah, there he is. That was number 12, Daniel Lee. And he did not catch it. 3rd down and 10 coming up. What was that?
What part of Carolina y'all from?
Spartanburg.
Oh, okay.
3rd down and 10 coming up for Charlotte. Ball still on the 24-yard line at Carolina. 2 incomplete passes thrown by McClendon on this drive. Would say they might want to try something underneath, but that has not been Charlotte's MO, to say the least. Low snap, fielded by McClendon. Once again, has all day to throw and delivers across the middle, or really off to the side there for Jay Hood. And Hood is able to pick up the 1st down. And I tell you, when you have that much time to throw, just about anybody's going to be able to find an open man. Impressive work by the Thunder offensive line on that one. 1st down and 10 coming up.
And that was the Charlotte Thunder 1st down. Brought to you by First Place Fitness Car Care Systems.
And got a whistle here. I think Carolina called timeout. Sean Sanders, you can see him, the boundary corner at the top of the screen, not happy with the alignment.
Timeout, Carolina.
And yep, there's the timeout. And here we go. Back after that timeout. We'll see if the Preds got everything sorted out. Cover 2 look here defensively. And they're just going to hand this off to Ham over to the right side of the formation. And Ham drags some defenders with him and was taken down at the 1, I believe. Did not make it into the end zone, but that was certainly an impressive run. Yeah, they're going to call him short, and that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter, unless, I mean, the Thunder really hurry here. Yeah, 6 seconds, 5, 4, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Quarter number 4 coming up. Charlotte on top by 30 as we gear up for the final 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pro Force Studios.
Yeah, cheerleaders are starting to filter off, so we're ready to go for the fourth quarter here. All the way over on the other side of the field. First down and goal here for the Thunder. Ball's on the Carolina 2. So really, they've effectively got 4 shots at a 2-point conversion. Trips to the left-hand side. Watch for a run to the right. And nope, they're going to throw over the middle, wide open. I've seen him run that play before, just a 233 pretty much. Both outside receivers run a slant, you get the inside man running a flat, hopes those slants scrape the defenders off. And the Predators had that part covered it up, but I don't know what happened over the middle. Some kind of goal line zone look, maybe, I don't have a clue. But Charlotte gets one of their easiest touchdowns of the night, 48-12. As the clock continues to roll here in the fourth quarter, 14:20 to play. Eric Amaya going to head out. He is 6 for 6 on PATs tonight, looking to make it 7 for 7.
Still ready to go in the game.
And that one is good, 49-12. All right, so 13:57 on the clock here in the fourth. And the Preds getting ready to receive this one from Eric Amaya. Yeah, the Preds had 9 men out on the field there for a second. Looks like they got it sorted out. And here's the Uno attempt by Eric Amaya. And that one goes off to the right, had the distance, but just hooked it a little bit. So keep it at 49-12. And ball's going to be spotted at the 20 for Carolina.
Work seamlessly together to fuel your digital retailing.
Cedric Proctor in the offense, about ready to head back out there. .12 here with 13.5 minutes to play in the game. The Preds at this point looking for some stuff to build upon as they gear up for their next game. I believe they're going back to Mississippi next, and Proctor takes just a split second too long, had no time to throw it. You get the ball out fast all you want. And we speak highly of it because it's proven to be an effective strategy, but there's a point at which, I mean, if your offensive line can't hold up long enough for you to take a one-step drop, I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do. And that's been the question the Predators have been faced with all season long. This offensive line has just been a revolving door of players, and Proctor able to get a clean pass off that time, but I think the Clark Oakland is around a little bit. Not quite on the same page. And that one goes incomplete. It'll bring up third down and 14. Trying to get that hitch working to the outside again. The connection worked quite well over the course of the third quarter.
That's a throwback right there, Mark.
Take a moment to get Proctor dialed back in. Taking that sack on first down. See what they have here. Again, the Predators, I don't think I've ever seen them run any kind of receiver screen. But something like that, you know, a guaranteed completion effectively would probably do Proctor well. Charlotte's playing pretty loose, too. 3rd and 14. Proctor looks to the side, and that's going to be a house call. I was wondering when they tried that. Yeah, Carolina's been running those hitches since Proctor came in. I figured they'd jump one eventually. I didn't know it would be that clean, though. That was perfectly played. That goes down as a pick six, 55-12 now in favor of the Thunder. Eric, am I going to try and make it 8 for 8 on PATs? Go. 10:50 and counting here to go in the fourth quarter. This will be Eric Amaya's 8th PAT attempt. And that one goes high, and he makes it. 56-12. And Charlotte now up by 42 over the Predators. So I guess we can try and pull up the Predators' schedule here. Let's go! I mentioned earlier that my exams are going to start getting into the way of the schedule soon. I believe the next game is in Mississippi, which we probably won't have been able to make it to anyway. So, yeah, May 1st right now. Next game is going to be against the Mississippi Raiders on May 15th. My last day of class is on May 13th. So, given how long of a drive it was down there in Mississippi, I have serious reservations that we're going to be able to make it down to that game. That one will more than likely not be streamed by us. Mississippi may stream it. I know they were trying to last time around, and I kind of fell through there at the end. But fingers crossed, we'll keep you posted on that one. May 29th, Jersey Bearcats. Yeah, unless something crazy happens, I doubt we're going to be able to make it to that one. That is just a really, really long drive. May 29th up in Clutch, New Jersey. And then June 5th, the game we know we're going to be able to make it for, the grudge match against the Georgia Lions down in Augusta. That one should be fun. Two pretty evenly matched teams, I would imagine. And Amaya, he might finally have it. No, it goes off to the right. That's going to be first down and 10 at the 20-yard line for Carolina. Proctor back in the huddle now. And ball's on the 20-yard line. 10-14 and counting in this one. Charlotte on top by 42. Proctor sends Mike Lee in motion, has to roll out. Oh, and he gets hammered. That's another strip sack, and I think the Preds were able to get it back. But man, Proctor got hammered on that one. I think that was Joshua Martin. Take a break. it looks like Marcus was okay, though he is going to exit the game for the time being. Markevian and Harrelson in it running back now. 2nd down and 10 for the Preds following that. So, well, I guess there must have been some kind of penalty if it's only 2nd and 10. And Proctor gets the hitch complete on the outside. And go down as a gain of about 3. Antoine Thorpe with the grab on that one, sets up 3rd down and 7. Clock continues to roll under 9 minutes to go now, 8:55 and counting. Proctor's got the play in. Kevin McClure not on the field right now. And got a whistle here. Not sure what went wrong. They're pointing over at something, and I think we had a media timeout that never went through. They were, the cheerleaders are over at the gate, so they were planning on stopping the game and then didn't. And now they can't decide if they're going to come out on the field or not, and they wave them off for now. So I think 20 seconds ran off on that one. 8:30 on the clock now, and no change in the play here for Carolina. Proctor takes the snap, back to throw, looking long, just throws that up for grabs, and man, he almost had it. That was close. I think that was Sean Potts. Yep, in his infamous defensive back position. Carolina trying to grab it all on that play, going to bring up 4th down and 7. And Harrelson's about to get a penalty. He's lined up outside of the box. He's got to get back in. And whoa, bad snap. The refs don't call it. And nice job by Proctor to bring it back in and throws an arm punt. Comes out and they call it incomplete. Charlotte Cats is a huge break there. So they're going to take over at the Predators 23. That would have been a major mental error if they caught that ball. Would have been a loss of about 30 yards had they brought that in. The interception would have stood where the ball was caught, which is all the way on the other side of the field. So credit to Proctor for being able to get that play back under control. Nice job of throwing the bad snap and then just kind of threw it up for grabs. Almost had the arm punt, but Charlotte drops it. 7:20 and counting. And the Thunder are going to get the ball on the 23-yard line. Got a chance to extend this lead further as we gear up for the closing stages of this game. We will be below 7 minutes when the ball is snapped. And Stephen Cologne in at quarterback now for Charlotte. Cologne was the quarterback when the then Carolina Energy beat the Predators in this arena 85-12, and I don't think they were set. I know the Predators' defensive line wasn't ready. Flag is thrown, and full start against Charlotte. 1st down and 15 coming up here. We'll see if they're a bit more deliberate with their setup this time. Ball is back into Charlotte territory on their own 22. 6.5 minutes to go. And Cologne drops back to throw. Got a clean pocket, looking long, and it sails that one. Goes incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 15, and the clock will continue to roll with that incompletion. 6:10 to go. Got a little bit of jawing going on between the offensive and defensive lines. And okay, now they're going to bring him out on the field. I think they've been itching to show us whatever they've been planning on showing us. And it appears to be hula hoops and some dish towels. No, was that toilet paper? Oh my goodness. Hula hoops and toilet paper going to be an interesting game to say the least, I suppose. I could not. So they're going to Tried a long snap through the hoop. Fun game. On the edge of my seat.
We got three. We got three. That's four. That's four. We got five, Shell. We need one more. We need one more for the win. We need one more for the win. Oh, that's game. That's game.
Right, I'm not sure who won that bout of
Okay,
competition.
it's the time you've been waiting for. We are about to draw the raffle. Jeff Reed is going to draw the 2 tickets tonight. One is going to be for the signing ball prize, 2-time Super Bowl winner Jeff Reed, and the other is going to be signed by Thomas Davis.
All right, I got ticket number 707254. 707254. Hey, come on up to the merchandise counter. We'll take care of you. And we gotta get off the field.
All right, so the winner of the football giveaway has been decided here.
You sound really excited. You sound really excited.
6 minutes flat to go in this one. 56-12 to score in favor of the Charlotte Thunder. They've got second down and 15 on their own 22 to deal with. And looking over the middle now, going for the fullback wheel, and they sail that one for Ham. Ball's out of bounds, and it'll bring up third down and 15. Well defended there by the Predators. I knew that was coming at some point. I knew the Thunder were not going to be able to get out of this game without trying to wheel at least once. And I guess the Predators knew it was coming too. Credit on them to keep that one locked up. Third and 15 coming up as we tick below 5.5 minutes.
That's the football that we know you guys actually really want. So we're going to go with 707540. 707540.
Cologne calls his man in motion, bad snap, picks it back up, and still has time to deliver, finds him all alone, and he walks into the end zone for a touchdown. C.J. Thomas whiffs on the tackle, and Trenton Bostic walks in for his fun touch. 62-12, Charlotte up by 50.
Let's go.
Here we go. Colin will hold for Amaya. Going to try to make it 9 consecutive successful point after attempts. And that one's blocked!
He didn't come off the side.
And man, Charlotte almost scored on it. Oh, that was dead. Didn't see who got the block in. I can't quite tell. I think that was Kayvon Bracey. I have to wait till he turns around so I can get a look at the number on that jersey. Yep, that's 12. I believe Bracey was the one with the block there. So Carolina does catch something of a break. And that puts the margin at a flat 50. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. See if Amaya can finally get that Uno in. He has missed all 8 tries so far, but not for lack of trying. He's been on the front all night, I tell you. He's been awful close. Just can't quite get it going. right, so we'll see if Nye can put this one in. Kick is up, got the distance. Oh, and he hits the upright. Oh, he just can't put it in.
Real close.
Keep it at 62-12, 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go, and Cedric Proctor brought that offense back out onto the field for what will, I guess, probably going to be the second to last time in this game. I imagine they got time for 2 more possessions on both sides, really. Lee will go in motion, and nope, now they bring him up to the line. And now they can't figure out who's going to go into motion. They got 2 receivers on the line. They got to get this sorted out. Now no receivers on the line of scrimmage, and the rest just let it slide. Proctor throws to the outside. Pass is caught by Mike Lee Sr. And first down and 10 there is going to turn into second down and 5.
Web solutions, creative service, strategic communication. We cover it all, everything in between, SoCal, digital.
Ball is right on the 25. Got trips to the left side, and Lee is saying, yep, they're going to at least send Leak back. And now they bring him in straight motion, so they will stay with that trips look. And thought about going for Fuller on the outside. Instead, they wait for that slant to develop, and it goes through his hands. That'll be third down as we close in on the 2.5 minute mark of this game. Third down and 5 coming up for Carolina. Antoine Thorpe entering the game now for Mike Lee Sr. Proctor's got the play in from Coach Wood over on the sideline. And here we go. Leak in motion, loops around to the other side. Proctor snaps it a little early, going for Fuller, and I think he got it. It's close, and that is going to be a first down. Gary Fuller with a nice grab on that one, and that'll move the chains. 1:41 to go, so the 1 minute warning timeout is looming. Clock continues to go, going to be below 90 seconds when they snap this, so barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play before they stop the clock at 1 minute. And Proctor steps up in the pocket, now takes off, showing off his speed, and picks up about 6 or 7 yards. And that is going to be the last play before the 1 minute warning. Yep, 104, 103, 102, and there's the whistle. So 60 seconds to go in this one. Charlotte well on their way to win number 6 on the year. Carolina will drop to 1-4, known for being a DNP win over the Reading Raptors following Reading's departure from the league. Carolina was set to play that game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pro Force cheerleaders.
Second down and 3 coming up when I think just this one cheerleader, or no, now they're bringing in a couple more as they just throw on all their shirts. And they're just going to snap the ball with the cheerleaders on. I like that. I like it. And, never bring it off. All right, and it looks like we're ready to roll. So any incomplete passes and any plays that go out of bounds or really into the boards are going to stop the clock. Proctor throws quickly, and that pass is incomplete. Clock stops at 57.5 seconds, intended for number 11, Antoine Thorpe. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Good for your clothes and the environment. Make sure you visit ecotwistclean.com, where its cleaning power is strong and there is no toxic chemicals. ecotwistclean.com.
And Proctor gets everything straightened out with Fuller again. Clock is stopped here. 57.5 to go in this one. And they're going to send Thorpe in motion. That might have been a false start against the Predators, but they let it slide. And did he catch that? Oh, he did. What a grab. Antoine Thorpe with another fantastic catch. Knocked the door in. Lost a shoe. And the Predators come away with one last score to close this one out. 49 seconds on the clock, though we do have some laundry on the field. I thought that was a false start.
Okay, JD, my brother up here. What's up, Tyler? What up, Tyler? What up, Brent? I got my whole family here today.
Yeah, I think they're bringing that one back. I'm really not sure, because the ball's still spotted at the 2.5. But they haven't said what the flag was for. And yeah, they're picking it up. So, yeah, they wave it off. No false start on that one. So the impressive catch by Antoine Thorpe will stand, and Ricky McKinney is in at receiver on this play. And here's the attempt at the 2-point conversion. Might have had an offsides there by the Thunder, and trying to run an option there with Harrelson. That one gets ignored by the Thunder. Did not have a chance. So keep it at 62-18. And likely will have a chance to send this one away for Carolina, probably for the last time, unless Charlotte scores in a heartbeat. I'd imagine at this point, we're probably just going to see 3 runs up the middle, and we'll call it a night. Yeah, inside the 1-minute warning, if the team in the lead loses yardage, the clock will automatically stop. But with the way that Charlotte's offensive line has been playing, again, like a quarterback sneak or just a run up the middle should be enough to get them positive yardage to keep the clock moving. Ready to roll here. Likely ready to kick this one away. And nope, they've brought Ricky McKinney back out to send this one deep. 29 seconds on the clock. And McKinney squibs that one, and it's going to hop out of bounds, so at the very least he won't have to take another hit. Ball's going to be spotted at the 20-yard line. Charlotte will take over from there. No time comes off the clock. And again, I think we're going to see just 3 runs up the middle, maybe some to the one to the outside, but I would be quite surprised if the Thunder don't keep this on the ground. And looks like there might have been a flag after that one because they're backing this one up. I'm not sure what the Thunder could have done. I didn't see anything that would have merited a penalty. I didn't even see him throw a flag to begin with. But they're going to spot this on the 5-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Thunder from there. Line to make is at the Charlotte 15. And oh, they might have a man deep. Sean Sanders just got smoked. And PI there by CJ Thomas and smart penalty, but that is going to stop the clock. And I guess the Thunder going for some style points here. Just kind of delaying the end of the game. I tell you, Sean Sanders got absolutely smoked on that one. I saw him giving outside leverage when that ball was snapped, and I knew it. I saw his hips turn perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. As soon as I saw that, I knew it was over. It was done. I mean, smart penalty there by Thomas to prevent the touchdown. Got to just delay the inevitable with the Predators. The clock has actually resumed here, so we're going to be below 30 seconds by the time this one gets snapped. Thunder taking their time in the hole. There's actually appears to be a 7-second difference between the play clock and the game clock, so theoretically Charlotte could just stand here for the rest of the game and have that be it, but they're going to snap it one more time at least. And Cologne back to throw, got all day, slings this thing, and got a garbage time interception by the Predators. Never actually went down, and they're going to have a chance to set up a return here. This is Donald Jones, who had an interception on the first drive during the energy game 2 years ago, and Jones runs out the clock literally, and that will bring it into this game. Charlotte wins it 62-18. So keep an eye on the Carolina Predators social media pages over the course of the next couple of weeks. Again, the next few games are May 12th at Mississippi, or May 12th, something like that, down against the Mississippi Raiders for a rematch. I have my reservations that we're going to be able to make that one because I have exams. It's my junior year of college, and my last day of class is on May 13th, so I really doubt that I'm going to be able to make that one. And then New Jersey on the 29th, probably not going to be able to make that one either. That is a very long drive. Got some internship stuff I need to attend to, and then after that, should be able to stream the June 5th game against Georgia Line. So make sure you keep an eye on the Carolina Predators social media pages, because those games being played and whether or not we'll be able to stream them are subject to change. Before we depart, I'd like to thank the guys here at the Bojangles Coliseum for helping get us set up tonight. They got us going lickety-split. It was almost seamless setup time. Had one little kink with the Ethernet connection. They had that wrapped up like that, so really great service here by the guys at Bojangles Coliseum. And I think that's going to do it for us. Until next time, Luke Ruff signing off for Carolina Predators. We will see you when that next stream comes around. Take care, everyone.